Thank you for watching DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 interview session. I'm Odasho, organizer of this conference. In this time, I'll introduce our great speakers and chat with them about their talk in 15 minutes. Today's guest is Annie at Microsoft. Welcome, Annie.
Hi, Shoei-san.
Hi, Annie. Long
Hi,
time.
long time. Very happy to see you here.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for joining today. How are you?
Very good, very good. I'm talking to you from Malaysia. But yeah, it's good. I think it's all remote. So someday I'll be there talking to you directly.
Malaysia. Oh, really? Okay. So at first, could you please introduce yourself, Annie?
Well, yes, I'm Annie Mathew. I work with Microsoft. That's my day job. Outside of that, I work with industry forums in healthcare, AI. I'm a huge proponent of diversity and inclusion. So I do work with a lot of women in AI currently. And I'm a foodie. I love eating. Uh, Go for long walks, reading and music to take me away from the daily grind of life. Yeah, but fundamentally, I think I'm in this space because I love people. I love meeting people and understanding what they do, how I can help them, and things like that. So that's a little bit about
Good. Yeah, great. So, okay. We are moving next topic. Your talk title is Reimagining the Future of Work for Developers. Could you please introduce or talk abstract of your talk?
Sure. So we have all been imagining and reimagining how life will be after the pandemic. And I'm sure that there are going to be some lasting impacts on what we do. So when we talk about work, in my talk, I would actually explore two things. One is what are the forces that are shaping the world around us, especially from a developer's point of view. What is bringing that huge wind of change for developers in a positive way? And then I would look at what shifts. So what should we shift from an organization perspective, but more from an individual developer's perspective? How can we think about shifting our own behavior, culture, and even the technologies we play with today? So that's what I hope to cover during my talk, and it's a super exciting space because everybody knows that things are changing, but how should we actually be viewing it? And not that I'm an expert, but I will just share what I think is the shaping forces and the shifting winds that are at play here. I do have some thoughts around what could be the shifts for developers. I'm looking forward to sharing that. If you'd like, I can talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, thank you. So I have one question. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. So I'm your friend. So I'm going to ask you a crazy question. Maybe. Why do you think developers in the community need to work with business?
Yes. Good question there. And I think it's super important. So one of the things that are shaping the world around us is that businesses are at a junction where they need to take data-based decisions very quickly on where to focus their business, which products to focus on, how is consumer behavior changed, and hence how should my approach to the omni-channel, which channels, how do I aggregate that experience across multiple channels, etc. And it's interesting to know that even just in retail, there's been this massive change. Like every industry has had a change, but the retail change is really very interesting because consumers went online. Even what we wear today have moved. Even if you're at work, you're not fully formal these days. Maybe the top is formal and the bottom is pajamas. Who knows? So a lot of things like that, very interesting facets have changed, and so businesses are trying to use data and AI and technology basically to overcome that difference. Now, in that scenario, developers have to quickly change as well because earlier you have a bunch of projects which you're working on. You give me a project and I work on it has been kind of the mindset. But today, businesses don't know what projects to prioritize as well because a lot of the insights are lying inside data which is at the fingertips of developers. So what businesses prioritize should also be informed by what developers are seeing from product feedback, from customer feedback, from the data. Now, this is not an easy shift, and developers live and breathe and learn in communities, as we know. And where better to learn this new stuff than in communities? So I think there's a huge element at play here from just the future of work piece that developer communities should start collaborating with customers to get access to what's this new set of data and probably build projects around that. That is one aspect. The other one is just in the nation rebuilding. So if you take Malaysia, where I am, or Japan, where you are, our nations are looking at reimagining the nation itself, and digital transformation is underpinning that. So they need vision, they need technology, and they need talent. And that talent is lying in the communities, but it's not easy for communities to work directly with governments. And so the public-private partnership plays a huge role, and the government, businesses, and the developer communities make an unstoppable force. So that's
Yeah.
where I think.
Great. So thank you, Annie. I think so too. It's important. Business and developer community same important.
Right.
Sorry, same. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Equally
Thank you,
important.
Annie. Yeah, very important. I think so too. Yeah, thank you, Annie. You have a great career of developer relations. I strongly recommend every developers and marketers should listen your talk. And Annie, I hope you also will enjoy DevRelCon Tokyo 2020 with us.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it and see everybody there. Let's have a conversation around this. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you
Thanks for your time.
again.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. So today's interview is done. Announcing again, our conference DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 will be held on June 5th. Save the date and waiting the day. Okay, everyone. See you next week. See you next interview. Bye.